Right now, a vigil is soon to get underway in Middleton to remember those who were killed in the murder-suicide last weekend. We'll hear from our Braden Ross live from the vigil. Also, voters in South Carolina head to the polls in the state's crucial Republican primary. We'll have the latest numbers for you tonight. And Madison celebrates the Lunar New Year on State Street today. We'll take you to the festivities. Welcome to News 3 Now at 6. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jalen Banks. Tomorrow marks 1 week since a Middleton woman shot and killed her 2 children and injured her husband before turning the gun on herself. Tonight, the Middleton community will gather to honor the 2 children. Our Braden Ross joins us live from Lakeview Park, where that vigil is set to start soon. Braden.
Yeah, that's right, Jalen. This vigil is set to kick off in about half an hour here, but we've already seen this parking lot start to fill up. We see balloons, signs, people already coming to show their and pay their respects to these 2 children. Now, we also learned the names of those 2 children this week. They are 8-year-old Maya Lacey Robinson and 5-year-old Major Lacey Robinson. They were both students at Sauk Trail Elementary. Now, this vigil was actually scheduled for Wednesday night originally, but city leaders decided to reschedule it for today due to the large outpouring of support they got. They wanted to make sure they could accommodate everyone who wanted to be here. There's also a GoFundMe set up to cover the funeral expenses for these kids. You can find out how to donate online right now at channel3000.com. Now, again, this vigil is set to start here in another half hour around 6:30. We'll keep you updated, and we'll have more coverage tonight on News 3 Now at 10 from the vigil, talking to some of the community about how they're feeling and remembering these 2 kids. We're now reporting live in Middleton. Braden Ross, News 3 Now.
Braden, thank you. And our hearts and our thoughts are definitely with Middleton this evening. And now switching gears, let's get a look at your first warn forecast with meteorologist Alex Arrington.
Yeah, Jalen, temperatures out there right now, 31 degrees in Madison, 35 in Lone Rock, and 34 in Janesville. These are our normal high temperatures for this time of year. So we had a taste of winter, or where we should be for this time of year. Let's take a look and see where these temperatures are here in Dane County proper. We got 31. That seems to be pretty popular, and I think 33 is also a pretty popular number out to the west in Middleton and out towards Mount Horeb. Planning this evening here, gorgeous night, just a few clouds. Temperatures hovering in the lower 30s. So again, that's relatively mild for this time of year in February. Look at tomorrow's high temperature, all the way up to 52 degrees. That starts that trend back towards the mild regime, the spring-like regime, and some changes in our alert day forecast. Rather than this being an all southern Wisconsin severe weather threat for Tuesday afternoon and Tuesday evening, weather models continue to trend this more towards the south and towards the east at this point in time, with the threats being if we do get a severe thunderstorm or 2, high winds and hail. Coming up in Maine weather, we're actually going to break down that Tuesday system, and I'll explain why the front's timing is lowering the chances for severe weather.
All right, Alex, we'll see you then. 4 buildings are damaged in downtown Tomah last night in a massive fire. The smoke, which could be seen for miles. Tomah's deputy fire chief tells WKBT-TV that no one was injured. Video you can see here shows the fire burning with multiple fire departments from La Crosse, Sauk, and Monroe counties responding. Last night we spoke with a woman who was working at a bar across the street, describing what she saw.
Just a lot of smoke and then the flames. It all happened really, really fast. It's still going. It's pretty crazy. The flames are still up above the building. You can see the flames from far away still.
Eckelberg also tells us she knows of tenants living in the apartments above those buildings and down most of the street. All have been evacuated. If you or someone you know in Tomah has been displaced by this fire, the Tomah Police Department says to call the dispatch number that you see on your screen at 608-269-6333 for direction to warm shelter and food. It's been 5 days since 3-year-old Elijah View disappeared from 2 Rivers in Manitowoc County, triggering an Amber Alert. The boy's mother and a man connected to the case are being held on a bond as police refer child neglect charges to prosecutors. View's disappearance is bringing local, state, and federal authorities to the area. Community members are also showing up in 2 Rivers to help search for Elijah.
I mean, if it was my 2 little girls, I'd want everyone out looking for them. I can't imagine how this family is feeling.
I have 3 of my own, and it hits my heart, it breaks my heart that this little boy is missing. And if I can do something to help, I will do it.
2 Rivers police are asking residents there to check places a small child could hide, climb, or fall, and to keep an eye out for anything that doesn't belong, such as Elijah's red and white plaid blanket he was last seen with. Polls close at the top of the hour in South Carolina in the state's Republican primary. The race for the Republican nomination is down to former President Donald Trump and his then UN ambassador, Nikki Haley. Trump has received many key endorsements from the Palmetto State-based politicians, despite Haley theoretically having the home field advantage. The primary comes on the heels of a controversial Alabama court ruling saying frozen embryos have the same rights as children. It also takes place at the same time as the annual CPAC convention, at which Donald Trump spoke to today before heading to South Carolina. Not everyone is on board with former President Donald Trump's plans to install members of his campaign and his daughter-in-law in key positions with the Republican National Committee. Members are reportedly circulating 2 resolutions that would slow down the process. One resolution would ensure the RNC maintains its neutrality until a candidate reaches the required 1,215 delegates. A second resolution would bar the RNC from paying the legal bills of either former President Donald Trump or former Ambassador Nikki Haley, unrelated to the 2024 presidential election. Right now, it is unclear if the resolutions have enough support to pass. A public mass was held today to remember Lisa Lopez Galvin. She was killed in the shooting following the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl celebration parade just 10 days ago. A visitation for her took place last night and drew in over 1,000 visitors, many wearing Chiefs jerseys. The burial that followed today's mass was private. Today marks 2 years of war between Russia and Ukraine, and a new documentary is taking viewers inside some of the most intense destruction seen in the conflict. 20 Days in Mariupol is the name of the film, and it's directed by a video journalist for the Associated Press. He spoke with CNN's Anna Corin about the documentary and what he wants viewers to take away from it.
We are not soldiers. We are here to inform people. We are here to remind them that what's happening in Ukraine is not a political argument. It's not Ukrainian lives are not a bargaining chip. This is a humanitarian catastrophe that has to be resolved, and civilians have to be saved.
The U.S. Senate passed a $95.3 billion foreign aid bill, which included $60 billion of support to Ukraine. But House Speaker Mike Johnson continues to resist calls for a quick vote on the aid package. Coming up next at 6, meet a local youth service organization celebrating 100 years of serving the community. And join us tonight at 10 for a complete recap of the vigil taking place in Middleton to remember those lost in last weekend's murder-suicide.
Another year of yo-yo dieting? Not this year. Hit reset and make a permanent change with permanent fat removal by Sono Bello.
With Sono Bello, day 1, all my unwanted body fat gone.
These are my favorite pair of jeans that I couldn't even button up.
Look how flat my stomach is. I couldn't believe it was just gone.
I saw the results immediately.
And this is the best I have felt since I was in my 20s.
Real women everywhere are transforming their bodies permanently. Sono Bello is not a fad diet or boot camp workout. It's a simple, proven way to remove stubborn body fat permanently and in just one visit.
I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
If you are looking for physical results and positive emotional results, please run, don't walk to your nearest Sono Bello.
Ready to hit reset? Find out how you can save $250 off instantly. Call now or go to sonobello.com.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6. Moving forward.
State Street was the setting of today's Lunar New Year celebrations. The event lined the entire street where visitors were treated to dance performances by the Zhangyi Kung Fu Association. The dancers were dressed as lions to perform a special Chinese lion dance, a routine years in the making.
Well, we're just learning as much as we can now in Kung Fu, so the hand sets and the weapon sets that our master offers, but then also in lion dance, in the specific style that we do, which is Saoping lion dance. We're learning as much as we can, traveling to Asia, doing seminars, and just trying to absorb as much tradition and information as we can so we can help spread it in the U.S. and then also pass it down to future generations.
The Lions blessed local businesses to bring them luck and prosperity. They even attempted to go inside some of the businesses. That's if they could fit through the door, of course. There were also a variety of food options from over a dozen local Asian restaurants. Also today, the Optimist Club of Madison celebrated 100 years of operation. The organization partners with Whitehorse Middle School and its students to support community organizations through donations and volunteer work, as well as sponsor annual speaking and essay contests.
Optimist Club is a service organization. By providing hope and positive vision, we bring out the best in youth, our communities, and ourselves and each other.
The organization gives out monthly awards to members who display exemplary attitude, scholarship, and fellowship. The Optimist Club of Madison is one of nearly 3,000 chapters of the organization, Optimist International. Coming up next, why book clubs are making a comeback. Even a pop star is getting in on the act. And we'll also get another look at the First Warn forecast. That's all coming up after the break.
This is me, and this was my stubborn body fat. My name's Adrian, and Sono Bello changed my life. Sono Bello is America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, and they permanently removed my body fat in just one visit. After having 2 kids, my body, it changed a lot. I tried everything to lose the fat, but nothing seemed to work.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently on your stomach, back, chin, and more.
I've seen such dramatic results. My tummy is gone, my double chin is gone, and my hourglass shape is back. This was the mommy makeover that I deserved.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation and find out how you can get $250 off instantly. Call 1-888-357-3263 or go to sonobello.com.
Washington's proposed capital regulation comes with a steep price tag, and they're forcing Americans to foot the bill. Their new plan will make loans more expensive, increasing the cost of mortgages and car payments. And it will hurt small businesses, making it harder for them to access credit, meet payroll, and run their operations. All while budgets are already stretched by inflation and an uncertain economy. Washington needs to know this capital regulation is another bill Americans can't afford.
I just love dancing, so I was always willing to dance through the pain. Since visiting the Good Feet store and wearing the arch supports and being pain-free now, my mood and my energy has drastically improved. Once that energy gets into you, double spins.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including Roth Cheese for Best Cheese Producer. Vote for Roth Cheese and all your favorites on MadisonMagazine.com.
A traditional performer of great country music.
How it felt that day.
It's Daryl Worley. Performing live Saturday, March 9th at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster. An incredible night with country music superstar Daryl Worley. March 9th at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Your odds are better here.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6. Moving forward.
The pilot of a small plane had to make an emergency landing on a roadway in Cape Coral, Florida today. Authorities say the pilot took off from a small airport in Fort Myers. He reported his engine died as he tried to reach 1,500 feet in the air. The pilot tried to land on a road in a residential neighborhood about 6 miles from where he took off. Officials say the pilot made a hard landing and that caused a fuel spill. He was not hurt, and the landing did not cause any other damage on the ground. The Federal Aviation Administration is investigating the incident. Gen Zs are taking part in book clubs, but not your mama's book club. Gone are the days of meeting up in someone's living room and snacking on cheese and discussing the book. Gen Zs gather at restaurants, dating events, breweries, and group runs. They use the club as a way to socialize, which is why book club event listings grew 24% last year. That's according to ticketing platform Eventbrite. Even Gen Z favorite Dua Lipa has a book club, often recommending books to fans. A driving force behind the book club's popularity? Social media. It's been helping lead younger readers to new genres and in-person communities built around reading. Hashtag Book Talk was TikTok's most popular community, outpacing hashtag Cart Talk and Movie Talk. And speaking of weather talk, let's get a look at your first one forecast with meteorologist Alex Harrington.
Yeah, Jalen, let's do some weather talk here. Let's talk about a milder Sunday and those record highs still expected on your Monday and your Tuesday. Still tracking thunderstorm chances that this time last weekend Jalen and I were talking about. Still on the cards for your Tuesday, going into your Tuesday evening and then changing over to a mix. We'll break down some of the changes, though, with that weather system in just a moment. As we plan your evening, gorgeous out there. A few clouds, temperatures in the lower 30s, which are our normal high temperatures. I always like to remind that as we go into your Sunday, highs in the lower 50s. Will be about 20-ish or so degrees warmer than where we should be, 15 to 20 rather, where we should be for this time of year with just a couple of clouds out there. So gorgeous way to end the weekend. Again, lows tonight, 30 in Madison, 32 in Janesville, 35 in Baraboo, and 33 to the west. Our friends out towards Prairie du Chien. Then we've got 52s just about everywhere for your Sunday with the sunny skies out there. Records are on the way again as we go on into your Monday. Boosted the high temperature in your Monday up to 61, so we could tie a record set back in 2000. Very likely are going to shatter the record overnight low temperatures as we go Monday night into Tuesday, and the high temperature on your Tuesday. We're waking up Tuesday morning to temperatures near 50 degrees, and we're going to go highs in the middle 60s if the cold front can come through at the right time to allow the temperatures to warm up enough. Making some changes here to our alert day forecast. Alert day conditions still a possibility Tuesday afternoon and evening, mainly south and east of Madison now. The threats, high winds and hail. What we're going to be lacking on your Tuesday, which we're going to track here right now, temperatures are going to warm up. We've got the warmth, but what we may be lacking as this weather system moves through is the front's timing and the moisture out there. Here's the front at 2:30 in the afternoon over portions of southwestern Wisconsin where the winds change. Watch this as we move forward here. Temperatures fall, the front comes through, really not at the most optimal time. We want the heat of the day to stick around to 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon. The front's moving through according to one of our weather models, and temperatures cooler, so we're losing the heat. The moisture doesn't quite get up here, and those two ingredients are going to likely prohibit the severe weather threat from being widespread. We're going to keep an eye on that too. Then the weather system moves through, changing over to a little bit of snow on the back side here, light accumulations, if any. Yesterday, the Storm Prediction Center was starting to push that severe weather risk towards the south and towards the east, and today's outlook for Tuesday also towards the south and towards the east. Bottom line with the storm threat here, we were first to warn about it last weekend, still expecting that strong storm system, but it's that cold front's timing coming through a little bit earlier that may shift the severe weather threat further south and east. But definitely tune in as we go on into your Sunday and into your Monday. I've seen these cold fronts kind of back up and then come through a little bit later. If it were to come through a little bit later on Tuesday, that allows the temperatures to warm up a bit more, the moisture to increase more, and then we would see more widespread alert day conditions. But right now, again, that threat looking to be going to the south and towards the east. Then we turn into winter for a day on your Wednesday next week. Then back to the 60s we go as we head out into the following work week, Jalen. That looks to be like a showery period for us, kind of reminding me of April showers bring May flowers. I can't think of something about showers in March that brings something, but maybe I'll think of something over the evening, and we'll talk about it during the 10 o'clock show. The main thing is that those temperatures are more like April temperatures than early March temperatures. We should be around 40 that time of the year in early March, not 60.
One thing that we need to come up with is a saying weather-related for roller coasters, because that's what this year has been so far. The fact that what is it, 29 on Wednesday, and then we're going to get 60s later on in the week. Just kind of shows the weather year that you're having to predict, and it's just always up and down.
It's always up and down, but the First Warning Weather Team, we've always got our eyes on the latest changes.
Absolutely. Well, sounds good. Thank you, Alex.
Yes.
Many of us know what it's like to have noisy neighbors, but what about living near a noisy store? That's the case in an area of Seattle where music playing on a loop 24/7 from a Ross department store is forcing some residents living in the area to move. They say their multiple complaints have gone ignored, and the music continues to blast through the wee hours of the morning.
I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning for work, and it's on. It's so loud. It's very disruptive.
It's an earworm that won't go away.
So far, no word yet from police or Ross on the matter. NBA head coach Steve Kerr has set another record, but this time it's off the court. His representative confirmed Kerr and the Golden State Warriors agreed to a 2-year, $35 million contract extension on Friday. That makes him the highest annually paid NBA coach in NBA history. His contract was set to expire after this season. The new deal puts us in line with guard Stephen Curry's contract, who has 2 years remaining after this season. Kerr has led the Warriors to 4 NBA championships. Still ahead, it's state tournament season. The Oregon boys playing for a chance to make it back to the big dance. That's next in sports with Andrew.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Right now at US Cellular, you can get a new phone without having to trade in your old one.
Trade you my PB&J for that phone.
No, kid, you don't have to trade. See? $830 off any phone at US Cellular. No trade-in needed.
Boom. Chocolate milk.
I'll take the chocolate milk.
US Cellular, built for us.
There's no telling what's in store with Wisconsin Lottery scratch games. It's paradise. In this $5 game, if the total for any one roll equals 7, you win the corresponding prize. You can also win double or 5 times the prize, up to $50,000. Instant scratch games from the Wisconsin Lottery. Odds are you'll like them.
It's replacement window season. Do you have ugly, hard-to-open, drafty windows? Now is the best time to buy new Champion windows, because when you buy 2, you get 2 free. Buy 2 Champion windows, get 2 free? I guess that means if you buy 4, you get 4 free. Buy 6, get 6 free. Buy 10, get 10 free.
Hurry, Champion's Buy 2, Get 2 free sale is for a limited time.
Great job, everybody. Thanks.
Call 888-4CHAMPION or schedule your free in-home estimate online today.
My late father-in-law lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had AMD. I didn't know it then, but it can progress to GA, an advanced form of the disease. His struggle with vision loss from AMD made me want to help you see warning signs of GA, like hazy or blurred vision, so it's hard to see fine details. Colors that appear dull or washed out. Or trouble with low light. That makes driving at night a real challenge. If you think you have GA, don't wait. Treatments are available. Ask a retina specialist about FDA-approved treatments for GA and go to GAWon'tWait.com.
Want to test drive US Cellular's network free for 30 days?
Here we go.
Hey, I wonder if US Cellular lets me stream in my rec room. Yep, it's working.
Test drive US Cellular's award-winning network free for 30 days.
Monday at 6. The lines are redrawn in Wisconsin.
Today is a beautiful day for democracy.
I'll show you how these new legislative maps could change the game for state politics and break down what policies could be back on the table if control flips this November. Monday at 6.
It is that time of year where we get to cover a ton of different state tournaments. Of course, tonight we'll be talking high school wrestling. But as for right now, the Oregon boys hockey team made their first appearance to state ever last year. That was in a win over St. Mary's Springs. They played them again this year in the sectional final, looking to make it back. Scoreless in the second period, and the Panthers pounce first. Look at the feed on the one-timer from Mason Anderson to James Shervin. And we've got a goal. Oregon leads it But then later in the second period, the game now tied at 1 apiece. Slap shot no good, but Austin Westergaard was there for the putback for St. Mary's Springs. The goal goes, and so do St. Mary's Springs. They win it and end Oregon's season. 3-2 is your final. The Wisconsin men's hockey team got back to their winning ways last night, but had a bigger win come on another rink. Ohio State beat Michigan State, meaning with 3 games left in the season, including 2 against Michigan State for the Badgers. Wisconsin is just 4 points out of first place. Now, they'll need to take care of business tonight against Penn State. Right now, they're playing. The Nittany Lions are up 1-0. But for Wisconsin, who hosts the Spartans for their final 2 games of the regular season, well, things just got interesting. As for the Wisconsin women, they'll look to bounce back in their regular season finale tonight. The Badgers are 28-5 on the season, with 3 of those losses coming to top-ranked Ohio State, who they play again this evening. Wisconsin will look to salvage their season series against the Buckeyes, but it probably won't be the last time these teams even see each other this year. After all, they played in the national championship last season. Can you taste the Cracker Jacks? Can you smell the fresh-cut grass? We're only 33 days away from the Brewers' opening day, but we got that much closer today. The crew played their first spring training game today, and they needed no time to brush the dust off their bats. They came out with a bang. The young guns got it done. Sal Frelick started the game at third base. That's a little bit of an interesting development. He went 2 for 2, while Jackson Churio went 2 for 4 with an RBI. And how about Wes Clark belting 2 bombs? Brewers win it 11-7. Elsewhere in spring training, we've all had those bad punishments for losing your fantasy football league, but this one might just take the cake. Blue Jays pitcher Tim Meza lost his fantasy football league, and as his punishment, he had to be his own team's bat boy for the day. A Major League Baseball player being a bat boy. His teammates made sure he has that custom 4 and 10 uniform, which was his record in the fantasy football league. No one has fun like baseball players.
Is that a little bias coming from you, that no one has fun like baseball players?
I would say, yeah, maybe it's a little bit biased.
Just a smidge, I'm teasing.
But, I mean, what a fun punishment, though.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's worse punishments to have after losing something. But, man, the fact that we're just basically a month away from opening day for the Brewers. My birthday, which was October 3rd, was the day of their first playoff game against the Diamondbacks. Seems like yesterday. And now we're ramping up for the next season.
Oh, yeah, it's really hard to believe it. It just all of a sudden is starting to feel that way. Now, what is too bad is that neither the Brewers or the Padres sent a TV broadcast crew down to Arizona. So it's just radio. I mean, we don't know exactly what the game is looking like, which is a weird thing in 2023 when you can't just...
Back to the good old days, back to the basics. It's all right.
Yeah, I guess so. A young team for the Brewers this year, first-year manager as well. It'll be a lot of fun to watch. Jackson Churio, 3 or 4 years from now, might be the best player in baseball. So just keep your eyes on that.
We'll keep it posted. Alex, lots of stuff going on in the weather the next few days.
Yep, plenty to talk about. Let's go right to the 7 to 10 day forecast. Still tracking alert day conditions possibly on Tuesday if that cold front comes through at the right time. Then we get 1 day of winter again, just like we had 1 day of winter today. Then back to spring-like temperatures we go, and going way out into March. Could be looking at more 50s and 60s in our future.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Andrew. We'll see you guys back here at 10 o'clock. Let's make it a great evening.